So I am just outside of metropolitan San Diego, California. And right down there you see the parking lot at the bottom of the hill. That's where I started. I am climbing up Cowles Mountain, C-O-W-L-E-S. So, very popular with the locals. There's a lot of people here coming both up and down. It's a 1,500-foot mountain, and I'm anticipating some good views of the San Diego area up on top. But out here on business travel and had an early flight, got a little bit of time to kill this afternoon as we adjust to new time zones. So we'll get some hiking in and go climb up some mountains. We'll see what happens here. There's the first peak. That's actually Cowles. I'm probably going to do several of these. We'll see how my strength and endurance hold up. Yes, this is about halfway up. The trail kind of comes over one of those nearer peaks, levels out through this sag before making the final climb up to the peak. Like I say, it's about 3/4 of a mile in and probably 700 feet up. The GoPros being as wide angle as they are, I'm not sure you can see, but San Diego skyline down there, Point Loma just beyond it. This is all San Diego Bay, and North Island is over in there. And you can see some of the islands off past Coronado out there in the ocean. Looking out over the Pacific here. It's pretty. A little bit hazier than I would have thought, though. Give this a try. Just been hanging out up on top of Cowles Mountain, and it's beautiful, but there are a lot of people around. So there's San Diego once again, Coronado's Islands. Anyway, I'm going to try to walk over towards Pyles Peak a little bit. I don't know if I'll go all the way to the summit over there, but at the very least I think I'll get away from the crowds. So that'll be a little more tranquil. It's sort of amazing. All you have to do is get off of the shortest path to the nearest viewpoint, and suddenly you're all alone. Now, I'm sure this is, far from wilderness. There's I think Miramar Naval Air Station over that way, and anyway, there's a lot here. But suddenly I'm alone with my thoughts, as opposed to passing somebody every 10 seconds. So. Neat that this is here, though, and that it's as accessible as it is. I literally Ubered my way to the trailhead, and I understand you can take a public city bus basically to the trailhead, so really accessible. And of course that's why there's everybody up here hiking up this mountain. In fact, quite a few of them are running up this mountain, and that's pretty impressive. You do that on a regular basis and you'll stay in shape, that's for sure. So I think this is Pyles Peak out here. I'm going to go past that little rock formation and then over to the peak itself. And this is a dead end, so this will have to be a round trip. If I make it all the way over there and back, it's probably a 3-mile round trip back to Cowles Mountain. Yeah, we'll see. It's a nice day. Coming down into the sag between Cowles and Pyles. Nice little rocky canyon with a little neighborhood at the bottom of it. So there's San Diego out there, Point Loma, and this is the backside of Cowles Mountain. You can see the trail cutting across it where I just came down. I'm gonna have to climb back up that. I just find this interesting. Everybody does this in their own way, right? I mean, nature has a different impact on people. And I guess for some, it's just a gym. It's just a way to get out and exercise, and there's nothing wrong with that, but it's just interesting. For about 1 out of every 3 people or groups of people that I've passed they've had a radio going or songs playing on their iPods or excuse me, iPhones, and you know, loud on speakers so the whole group can hear it. So they're walking along with the radio going the whole time. Whereas I was, you know, happy to get away and out here where there weren't as many people so I could hear the birds and hear the lizards in the bushes and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, just a different take. I'm glad people are out here. I'm glad they're enjoying it. Me personally, I like to leave that stuff behind and enjoy everything that's out here. That's neat. I just came up through a little pass over the first peak where I thought the viewpoint was going to be. It's not, it can't be too much further, but I think that's Pyles in front of me. But it's like the all the rock formations piled up on this side of the hill. It's pretty cool. Almost like teeth. Here we are at the viewpoint. I'm not sure this is significantly better than where I was on the trail, given that all of the brush is so short, but anyway. The spur was a little longer than I expected too. But here I am. I made it up here. I bet the sunset from up here is beautiful. Hopefully the wind isn't too bad here, but I've been looking for one of these. I'm a little too late for the flowers, but the yucca spikes have sent up their flowers and they've now gone to seed and they're dying back. But there's several of these out through here. They're just none close enough to the trail to get a close look. Pretty neat. And there's Pyles Peak in the background with all the rocks on it. One more climb to go, and then of course I got to retrace my steps, so got to undo all of these descents too. See what I mean about the yucca spikes? There's quite a bit of them through here. Guess it. Visitor center for mission trails. And wind aside, it's picking up, but you can really see the silhouette of downtown San Diego now. Alright, so I did the out and back out to Pyles, and that was a nice walk actually. Even though it went up and down 3 times, it was a tough trail. It was quiet, it was unpopulated, it was wild. Lizards, ravens, I saw some ravens kind of mobbing a hawk, pestering him. And then a second hawk came in and defended the first. It was kind of interesting. Anyway, I got back up to the top. I had to double back to Cowles Peak summit, and at that point I'd done about 4 3/4 miles. And since I've got to Uber my way back out anyway, I have no need to finish where I started, so I took perhaps the less scenic way out, essentially following the service road down to Big Rock Park. Actually, I say less scenic. I should say less wild. It's still pretty striking. That's Cowles Mountain behind me. It's just, you know, obviously I'm walking on a dirt road and that there are lots of people again, so it's nice. It's just less wild. Hey, I'm happy again. I thought it was going to be that road all the way back out because it was labeled the same on the map, meaning hiking and mountain biking, but Big Rock Trail turns back into a single track, so it's nice and secluded and up in the bushes again, and kind of the way I like it. So much more satisfying at this point. So I'm starting to get back down to the elevation of the neighborhoods here, and rather than wait until I'm in somebody's backyard, I figured I'd call it now. I think it's going to be about 7.5 miles, and you know, like I say, this is close enough to downtown San Diego that you can literally, you know, take public transportation, cab, Uber in my case, to get to the trailhead. Remains to be seen how easily I can get out of this other trailhead, but I'm sure it'll be fine. So, you know, pluses and minuses to that. A lot of people, a lot of noise. You can always hear airplanes. In fact, there's an airport in just about every direction that you look, and you know, I happen to like airplane noise, but it's not, you know, the sounds of the city are always there. You can always hear highway noise too. In fact, if you can probably hear cars on the interstate right now as I'm talking. So, but on the plus side, you know, quick getaway after work, or in my case, you know, kind of thrown in the middle of a business trip where I just need to get out and explore and see something new. It's beautiful, and you know, it's still got a lot ecologically going for it. I didn't see any rattlesnakes or anything, but certainly a lot of wildlife out here. I saw a lot of lizards and birds and things, and you know, plant life for an Easterner like me. There's you know, a lot of the yuccas and the chaparral and mesquite-ish type of stuff. So yeah, it's interesting. So yeah, good little place, and also gives you a workout. I tell you, it's a small area, but these hills are steep, and some of the climbs are fairly gradual switchbacks, but they're no joke either. It's a lot of up, and so good for getting the blood pumping. So anyway, good time. Glad I came and checked it out. Good way to spend an afternoon.